Welcome to the Photo Video Show, where we explore all things DSLR. I'm your host, Mark Puckett. On today's episode, we're going to discuss bokeh, B-O-K-E-H. Now, bokeh is a pretty sought-after effect in the world of photography and equally as much in film, especially during those dream, flashback, and some of those sexier sequences. Essentially, bokeh is the opposite of sharpness. It's those wonderfully soft and out-of-focus elements in your shots. Now, some people focus way too much on everything being perfectly in focus, which can be great for landscapes and huge scenes where everything in the frame is relevant. But there are certain times where you need the rest of the world to just slip away and really focus on just your subjects. And this is where bokeh comes in. There are several different ways to get some of that creamy, delicious bokeh in your shots. But today, I'm only going to show you the top 3. So, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my lens, in this case 50mm 1.4, and I'm going to start off at a 1.4, going to go up to a 1.8, then to a 2, then I'm going to double and go to 4, double it again, go to 8. So in the first image, I'm starting off at a 1.4. As you can see, the background is completely blurred out, very bokeh-licious. Not much detail can be seen. Then we go to an f1.8. You can start to kind of see a little bit of the details poking out just a bit. So if we go to an f2, you can start to see more and more of those details beginning to bleed into the forefront. It's still nice separation, nice blurriness, but when we go on up to an f4, you can really start to see the details in the background. Let's double it again and go to f8. Now you can pretty much make out exactly what's back there in the background, but you still have a decent amount of separation between your foreground and background. The second technique that you can use is just using the kit lens that came with your DSLR. You know, it's not the best method, but it is a cheap, easy, and effective way to achieve a blurry, isolated, and separated, background from the foreground. Easy peasy, breezy, whatever. This is good stuff because what you do is you have your subjects there, you zoom in as far as you can, nail down your focus, and in your viewfinder you'll notice that everything behind them will be completely blurry and distorted. And you don't have to spend $500 to $600 on a f1.4 prime lens. You can easily spend $100 or probably just use the kit lens that came with your DSLR and achieve very similar results without having to spend that extra cash. So if you're on a tight budget, this is probably the way you'd want to go. And what I'll do is I'll give you a quick example and show you how this actually works. Alright, so what we got here is we got some candles on the mantelpiece. I'm focused in on the second candle and I'm only about 3 feet away. I take it from 18mm down to 70mm, and you'll notice the picture on the other end of the mantle completely blurs out. I'll pull it back out a little bit. You can see off to the left that the couch is actually really nice, decently in focus, but as I zoom in, it goes completely out. Now I want to remind you I'm still focused on that second candle, so it doesn't cost you all that much either. It's a very simple and easy technique. Oh, welcome back. So, there is one final way in order to get that interesting and delicious sought-after bokeh in your shots. And it's kind of a cheesy way. So, I was going to do like a whole thing on it or whatever, but I'm not going to. It's basically you cut little shapes and stuff out and you glue it to the lens, and yeah, I just did that. And I don't know, it's just weird, so I'm not even going to do it. But what we did do is we created a little skit out in the park. Me and my girl Christine, we did like a little goofy love sequence, and I would love to share it with you right now. Go. So as you can see, bokeh can be an awesome, effectively utilized technique in order to enhance your photographs, your video projects, and a lot of other stuff in between. All you gotta do is just put a little time and effort into adjusting your settings, playing with effects, using your lenses to the best of your ability, and really just sort of learning your equipment. Once you get that down pat, there's not much that you're not going to be able to do. There's not much that you're not going to be able to accomplish, and you're going to wow your family, friends, and colleagues. So, I want to thank everyone for joining us on today's show. I'm your host, Mark Puckett. See you again next time. Bye-bye.